come to you live here with another knife review. Today, we'll be looking at the mighty old Silent Hero. It's a Tops knife. It's a tactical survival type knife with the, blade shape and whatnot for stabbing motion as far as a tactical purpose. But for me personally, it's just a woods knife. Really quite an enjoyable knife. Haven't had too many complaints. That being said though, I would like to say the back edge, as most of the top knives are, or actually I think all Tops knives, is quite curved. You can't really strike any sort of fire steel and whatnot in the back, which for me is kind of a big downside. Out in the woods I always have my steel, and it's nice just to be able to put my steel in my knife holster and then strike it off my knife. But due to the style of this knife, unfortunately that is not a possibility. Outside that, really don't have too many complaints. A lot of people don't love this jimping right here for your thumb. Personally, I think it's great. I usually I don't wear gloves all the time, and it still doesn't bother me too much. This choil right here, it's a great feature. It's a pretty big knife for what some people might consider too big of a bushcraft knife, but for me personally, I like it. And because I can come up here and choke up on it and still do the fine task, do the little notches and whatnot, where you still have the advantage of having a big knife that's quite weighted. You can come back here and chop with it. And the lanyard hole, spear hole, whatever you want to call it, is also great for putting the rope in there for swinging. When you're coming out here, it's just nice, it locks your hand in there real good. So I'm just going to put it through a few tests so you guys can very basic tests. Most knives can do this regardless if it's a good or bad knife, but I'm just going to show you how it goes. So we'll start with some batoning here. We got a pretty big piece of wood, so go for it. See that? Not too much of an issue. Another pretty big piece of wood. Granted, this stuff is very dry, so there's a few knots in there, but nothing too major. And in all honesty, big thing about this is I've never had any worries about breaking it. Obviously, I don't do stupid stuff like sticking the tip in or anything, but it's a very, very sturdy knife. Tops really does do a great job at making high quality stuff. And this knife can break stuff down from pretty big all the way down to real fine stuff. So we'll kind of keep going here with this. In fact, one of my favorite bushcraft tasks or survival things is making feather sticks. And we better put her to the test real quick just so you guys can see how it handles with that. Definitely has no problem, especially with this choil right here. No problem making fire sticks. Super nice and sharp. I'm sure this isn't the greatest fire stick, but I'm just showing you guys real quick what you can do. So yeah, I've started a lot of fires with this. Obviously, the only downside is the back spine. We'll give it a little chopping, especially when you cut down saw down a tree or axe down a tree. It's real nice. Just pull this out real quick. And obviously this is big, but I'm just kind of showing you the kind of damage it'll do. But so when you're out there, saw down a tree and you want to hack all the stuff off the sides, this is a nice knife. Just go along and take all the branches off. But it's really quite a good chopper. you can see, by no means is this a small tree or log, whatever you want to call it. Got right through that, no problem. It's just a close-up of the knife itself. Nice handle here. I do know when you buy the knife, you have a choice of this handle right here that's nice and smooth, and then there's also one that's all a little bit more rugged to help with grip. Haven't heard great things about that as far as hot spots and whatnot, so personal choice. Probably wouldn't recommend it. One other downside of the knife, like I mentioned, was the curved spine on the back. You can't strike a fire steel. But then we're also looking right here at the sheath for it. Overall, the quality of the sheath I wouldn't say is bad, but there's a few downsides of it. Is this guy right here gets in the way when you pull it out, and it's just kind of a pain in the rear end sometimes, as far as just getting in the way with putting the knife in and out. And plus, mine's not too bad, but I did see reviews where people have a lot of scratching going along here that starts to cut this off. Personally, I'd like to upgrade the Kydex sheath from this. Outside that, real solid knife. I would definitely recommend if you're in the market for a new knife, especially a bushcraft or outdoors type knife. Made in the USA, you can't go wrong there. And just to give you an idea, I live in the Midwest, from Michigan. Travel around the states pretty regularly, and I never come anywhere where this knife hasn't been handy to have. So definitely would recommend it. If you have any questions, leave it in the comments. Thank you.